This is a message for the Americans. When you're an American citizen, we expect and we hope that the bargain is that they provide defense for us inside and outside of our borders. We expect and we hope that it's implicit in our bargain as citizens. We have 6 American hostages. And even outside the conditions of our government stepping in and trying to do something, what I find striking is that nobody knows their names. There have been other times where American citizens have been taken or held captive or unlawfully imprisoned, and the whole country has rallied behind them. The State Department, the president, hometown communities. Do you remember Brittany Griner? She was a WNBA player who was caught smuggling drugs out of Russia. She was supposed to be in prison for 9 years until the American government stepped in. And when she was returned, she was met with standing ovations. The entire country was behind her.
American basketball star Brittany Griner has arrived in the U.S. after being released from a Russian penal colony through a prisoner exchange.
What's your mood? Happy.
The deal traded Griner for Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout and capped a months-long ordeal that included the 2-time Olympian's detainment, a drug trial, and negotiations that culminated with a dramatic Cold War-style handover in Abu Dhabi.
Brittany Griner should not be detained. She should not be detained for a single day longer.
I am determined to get her home and get her home safely.
The campaign for Griner's release put a spotlight on the inner workings of prisoner diplomacy in both the U.S. and Russian governments.
President Biden is personally engaged on this. I am personally engaged on this. We are dealing with the Russians at very senior levels.
Or how about Bo Bergdahl, who walked off his post while serving in Afghanistan and was captured by the Taliban? The lengths and the steps that the United States government went to secure his release and bring him home.
Their son, Bo, is coming home. While Bo was gone, he was never forgotten.
The amount of national press, news, podcasts, support.
You could not pass through the city of Haley without noticing all the yellow ribbons, the yellow balloons, and yellow signs calling for the return of Bo Bergdahl.
Our commanders are sparing no effort to find this young soldier.
His hometown of Haley quickly becomes a national backdrop as media from all over the country tell his story.
Doing everything we can. I can't talk in detail about it.
Even for Michael Fay, he was a teenager who was arrested in Singapore.
Michael Fay's appeal has been denied in Singapore. He's the Ohio teenager who was sentenced to flogging because he vandalized some automobiles. Does the U.S. have any recourse now?
There wasn't a single person in the United States that didn't have an opinion on what should be done. The State Department, the media, the president, everybody got involved in trying to secure his release. He didn't get out scot-free, but he did come home. So what is with all the silence? Why don't we know their names? I'm willing to put down money that Karine Jean-Pierre doesn't know their names. I'm willing to guess that Biden doesn't know their names off the top of his head. I'm willing to guess that the majority, if not all, of American journalists don't know their names. We should know their names. These are American citizens. These are young people that just a few months ago or a few years ago went to prom, went to high school, were the captain of their sports teams, that have been locked away under the tunnels of Gaza for well over 100 days. And nobody knows their names, so let's learn their names. This is Omer Nutra. He's 21 years old. He's from Long Island. Omer Nutra. He spent his gap year assisting children with special needs. He loves sports, athletics. He's the captain of his basketball team, the volleyball team, the soccer team. He graduated with honors. Long Island, New York. This is your boy. This is Itai Chen. He's 19 years old. He volunteered just after high school to enlist in the IDF. He wasn't meant to be on duty that day. He switched positions with another soldier in order that he could attend his brother's bar mitzvah. New Yorkers, this is your boy. This is Hirsch Goldberg-Pollen. He's 23. He's from Richmond, Virginia. He's an avid traveler, just returning from several months' trip across Europe. Traveling is his lifelong passion. At his bar mitzvah, he even asked for gifts of maps and atlases from his friends. One day, there was an aspiration of being a National Geographic photographer. Gravely injured, he was taken from the Nova Festival. His last words to his mother were, "I love you, I'm sorry." Virginia, this is your boy. It's Keith Siegel. He's 64 years old from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. He was taken while trying to escape Kibbutz Kfar Aza. Taken while on the road in their own car with his wife and a neighbor and their 2 children. His wife Aviva is a kindergarten teacher. She was released on November 26th with little 4-year-old Abigail. He works in pharmaceuticals. He's known for being a quiet, kind man, dedicated to his wife, his 4 children, and 5 grandchildren. Chapel Hill, North Carolina, this is your man. This is Adon Alexander. He's 19 years old. He's from New Jersey. Before he went to Israel to volunteer for the IDF, he was just your normal teenager. He won trophies on the swim team. He went to prom. He hung out with his friends. He went to high school. This is an American high school student. He is a teenager. He told his mother not to worry. There were a lot of missiles Things were not good. Those were his last words. New Jersey, this is your boy. This is Sagai Dekolchen. He's 35. He's from Connecticut. He's a farmer from Kibbutz Nir Oz. He's the father of 2, and his wife is pregnant with their 3rd on the way. He's a baseball player. He's a mechanic. He would refurbish old buses with his wife to turn into classrooms for children. Connecticut, this is your man. Let's learn their names. Let's keep them in our hearts, keep them in our minds, and bring them home. All of them home. No man left behind. I'm Yisrael Chai.